Sorry to interrupt this great video, but please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. Now back to the video. The I've always believed that unless you're a golfer, and I've started playing a lot in the last 3 years, as I've got a little bit more time, I've got a lot more gray hair, and I think when the grayer your hair gets, the more golf grabs into me. And I've always felt an underrated part of golf is that when you guys are playing in the summer in parts of the globe, it's incredibly hot and it's
Yes.
midday and it's
Mm.
day after day after day. Has there been an event on the PGA or the LIV Tour where you thought to yourself, I hope people realize I'm a real athlete here because I could fall apart? I mean, there are moments watching you guys, and I'm like, I could see Phil Mickelson. I'm like, Phil looks tired.
Yeah.
Do you think that's an underrated part of even your LIV Tour? You go to Hong Kong.
Mm.
A lot of
Mm.
you're playing in the sometimes the steamiest of weather.
Oh yeah. I mean, Singapore is extremely hot. I remember PGA Tour days we played in Malaysia, extremely hot. Dallas this year we played in,
Oh, Dallas
we,
was
we played.
rough.
Oh, it was rough. And we travel. We went from Saudi Arabia to Australia. We went from Mexico City to Seoul. I mean, and literally we have a 20-hour travel day. And as soon as we land, if it's during the day in the morning, we go straight to the golf course, we start practicing. That's not easy to do. And your time zones are all off. But we're on this, we get up in the morning, we spend all day on the golf course, we train, we practice. Um, you know, I mean, we may not look like an athlete, but we are.
Um, I've always loved Phil Mickelson, and
Mm,
I read a. I don't think there's a book about him. I don't think he loves the book, but
mm,
I loved him more when I read the book because he's
mm,
so unapologetically Phil Mickelson. And there was a point in his life he probably ate a little too much. He was a little more obnoxious with tour members.
mhm,
Mickelson's a character, but what I love about him, he leans into it. Now
mm.
you're getting the older, more mature, wiser Phil Mickelson. Have you watched him change? I guess. Have you seen the change in Phil in the last 20 years when you've been around him ever, played with him, played against him? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen Skinny Phil, Fat Phil, Gambling Phil, Drinking Phil. Look, he's been nothing but great to me. The first time I played with him, I was 21 years old. We played in the final group. That's the first time I played with him, I believe. Final group at Phoenix Open. He ended up winning the tournament. I finished second, and he's been nothing but great to him. You can always go to him, ask for any advice, whether it's golf game, life, anything you want. He would give you his time, his sincerity. He's been nothing but great. I think he's the same way right now to all the younger kids out here. Um, I think he's a great leader. Like but I don't not obviously you can't please everybody, but a lot of the people out here respect him, and I personally respect him, and I'm a big fan of Phil, and I think what he's done for the game of golf, we have to be thankful for.
And I also think sometimes, I say this all the time. I was not mature enough at 22, 23 to be like a professional quarterback in the NFL, the
Mm-hmm.
leader of $1 billion franchise. You guys are not on a team necessarily, although you are the Ironheads on the LIV
Mm-hmm.
Tour now. But Bryson DeChambeau is a fascinating guy. I didn't
Oh yeah.
love him when he came out. I didn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
All, the 13 pieces of bacon, the 9 protein shakes. I'm like, this feels like he's selling me something. It's too obnoxious. He pivoted over the last 2 years. I find him incredibly likable now. And I
Mm-hmm.
and I and I go back to, well, he was young. He was a
Yeah.
good looking, big testosterone. Have you noticed his personality? He feels a little humbled,
Mm-hmm.
a little wiser, but I find him now incredibly likable. And I didn't 4 years ago.
I always joke to him, it's like, look, I was nice to you before you became a big star, and before you were likable. I always liked him from day one. I remember talking to him before when he wasn't playing so good, and when he was doing the side straddle, and I'd come talk to him about on the putting green and what his theories were. And I played with him in a QBE team play, shark shootout, What year was this? I can't even remember. 2017 or 18, whatever it was. We teamed up. We finished third. And I got to know him pretty well. Then how he played the game and what his, all these calculations that he made, and it was fascinating. I mean, he would calculate putts off the green from what the fairways were running at stimp, and then from the green on to the hole, that how many feet that is, and that's stamped. And he would, with the slope, and he would say this putt's playing 47 feet, and he did it and hit it like perfect speed or make it, and it was incredible. But I think people got to know him and watched him mature and grow up, and became this likable, interesting character. And we need more characters like that in the golf game, whether you like him or not. I think most people do like him. He's an interesting guy, and what he's done with his body and his game, the transformation that he's gone through, it's incredible. And he's an incredibly talented player. I always enjoy my conversations with him. But look, when you're 21, 22 and you're a millionaire and, you think you have the world by its, it's a little bit of a growing.
Sure.
And I bet I was the same way when I was younger. I turned pro at 17 and got on the tour when I was 20, when you're 20 but you need a little bit of that to make it. So I think if you kind of look at that and get to understand the guy and get to understand the players, I mean, we're much better than football and other sports. I mean, we're much more mature and more well behaved, I'd say. But I think we watched him grow up.
Yeah, you went straight to the pros at 17 years old.
Yeah.
Finally, there's a legendary piece of footage. I'm talking to Kevin Na about you and Tiger Woods when your speed of play after you hit the putt, and he does the same thing. Tiger. There's only two athletes in my lifetime, Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan, that literally changed how I watch TV. I would cancel stuff on a Sunday to watch Tiger Woods. Yeah. Do you think it was sort of, it wasn't obviously pre-internet, but it was pre-TikTok. Golf those tournaments with Tiger, it just felt like otherworldly. You think golf will ever have that again?
Yeah, I think so. I think Bryson is as closest to the excitement. I think Rory's pretty exciting. I think Rahm's pretty exciting, and Joaquin's becoming that player as well. I think there's different characters of the game that bring that kind of energy. Obviously, Tiger was, his dominating in his, his power, and he's blowing the field away. And, even though he's 4 back with 9 to play, you're like, oh, he's going to win. He's going to go on this crazy run. And I remember watching as a kid, and being a fan of Tiger. It's incredible. I mean, but I think there are characters that can follow his footsteps or become maybe not that Tiger Woods icon level, but, up close to that level. And we can have 3 or 4 guys kind of equal Tiger. You know what I mean? But
sure.
I think golf has become more entertaining and more exciting than before. Back in 90s, I grew up watching golf, in the 90s, and, I became a pro in the early 2000s, and I played with these guys on the senior tour that's playing now. And I think golf has become more entertaining. I mean, there's more characters of the game. I mean, you got, Bryson that bombs in, cuts corners. You got Rory also, Scotty Scheffler getting arrested. I mean, I think it's entertaining. I mean, we have some John Daly, the former John Dalys of the guys right now. Look, I think golf is in a good place, except this division. I think once we find a way to get the players back together more often, I think golf has got to go up another level.
Yeah, I hope so. Kevin Na, a pleasure to talk to you. I love your stories. I'll be rooting for you, and thank you so much for taking time.
Thanks, Colin. Thanks for having me on.